So, Fusco.
Yes, Josh.
You know how I've been doing these intros that go right before the sting?
Yes.
And they are like an elaborate introduction to what we're talking about today.
Correct.
Here's mine. Spooky. Hello, everyone. My name is Josh, and welcome to episode 139 of the Chanaran podcast. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fuco.
That is I.
And with us, chiming in via chanter, is... It's Beer by Brad.
There he is.
Hey, guys.
We're very excited to have you on the show, and for anyone who is not a regular, we should let you know right now that you can review us on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, etc., but also that it's an explicit show.
Should definitely warn people about that part.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds to listen to something else on our spookiest show of the year. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck.
Don't forget you can send us emails and voicemails to be played on air. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat, check out the Chanaran store at chanarant.com. You get the Get Paradiddled shirt, the Fuko neck gaiter, the 2020 season shirt, and Piper/drummer trucker hats. Last but not least, this episode is brought to you by our patrons at patreon.com/Chanarant, those fucking phenomenal folks who support the show monthly.
We love those people. They're so amazing. And
invite, share with your friends. Fusco, odd open.
Hey, Josh.
Yes, go.
You know what really electrifies my neck bolts?
What's that, dear?
When you're prepping for a Halloween episode, and we have to come up with scary stories to tell.
Ooh.
And then you have to review all the horrible things you've done as a podcaster, and remember all those terrible things and how horrifying it is to remember.
Don't go, people, come.
Exactly. So it was an unpleasant trip down memory lane, looking these things up.
Was an unpleasant? Did it remind you though why we are the world's best bagpiping podcast? Because we understand that we're also bastards.
We are definitely bastards. Oh my God, are we ever? We're going to get to that.
Real quick, before we get into the show, I want to thank Beer Boy Brad for coming on, and I want to thank Rab for coming on last week to the episode that I still haven't edited.
No, it's my edit. I haven't edited it.
Oh,
yet.
Was it your edit?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You gave it to me.
I felt so bad about it, and it wasn't even my fault.
Nope. But you can feel bad about it anyway.
Well, I'll just make more merch instead.
There you go.
Yeah, so the 2020 season shirt is a fun one because
it is.
I did a mock-up, and I sent it to you, and I posted it to the Instagram, and it had a typo.
Right.
And literally by the time it was posted, I had already replaced it with like the actual...
The real spelling or whatever.
The real one. The I paid pipe band dues in 2020, all I got was this fucking t-shirt.
Right.
But we had the grammar Nazis on us hard.
Oh yeah, as they do, as they love to do. They came out in force.
And I was like, dude, go to the one. Nobody that's commenting on the Instagram post is gonna buy the fucking shirt anyway. So it's like, like I don't really care about your opinion. But it's like yeah, like it's already fixed. You texted me when you texted me about this shirt.
Yeah.
I was at a funeral.
Right. And so was I.
And I was just like, playing my first gig. By the way, I had not put my uniform on since March.
Really?
So this is my first gig since we played St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
And fucking crushed it. And I'm like sitting there, and I get these texts from Fusco, and he's like, "These grammar Nazis are up our ass." I'm like, dude, I fixed that like a week ago.
It would have been a week ago. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm like, why am I still getting texted about this? Why are people keep messaging me this fucking shirt?
So the one guy that ordered it before the spelling got
fixed.
fixed, he has a limited edition.
Correct.
Channery.
We'll just call it limited edition. Yeah.
That's a limited run.
That guy's a very special guy.
Beer Boy, have you seen the paid shirt?
I have not.
You should go to the store right now at channerant.com.
So while we casually hang up on Beer Boy and call in someone who goes to the store,
Brad,
that's fine. I'll just go out in the cold in my nice warm Big Rab hoodie. It's fine.
let me talk about the hats. We also have some hats. One says Piper, one says Drummer, so you know which one's which.
Yeah, and they're trucker hats. They're very timely.
Yeah.
Did the trucker thing go out of phase like 10 years ago?
Listen, mother trucker. People still like trucker hats.
I tell you what they do like. We got to get some of those snapbacks that Bill will buy.
Oh, we could do it in a snapback, but like the thing for me is like, eventually you're gonna be in your uniform and you're gonna be standing next to a person who either plays drums or plays pipes, whatever floats your boat, kid.
Right.
And the people that are watching you think you're both the same. And realistically, one is substantially better.
Yeah.
And I leave that up to whoever buys more hats to decide.
One is Cro-Magnon, and the other is a human being. What are we going to do for drum majors?
They already have a hat. It's 3 feet tall, and it's made of a peacock's pubes. Like what?
Yeah, do they really need it?
What do you want me to do about that? Like,
they don't need any more hats. They got enough stuff.
It's a great profession to get into if you need a hat that makes you 6 feet tall.
Right.
As opposed to just being 6 feet tall naturally because God didn't curse your mother's insides.
Oh, Jesus. It's going to be one of those episodes.
I figured I'd send it.
Yep. Well, we're here, everybody.
Let's talk about the Piper's Dojo. Speaking of God cursing your insides, let's talk about the Piper's Dojo.
Did you know that you can get a very special offer at the Piper's Dojo?
I did. I was acutely aware of this because I've been frequenting the Piper's Dojo site.
How's that going for you?
It's going good, man. There's content to TBD that's coming out, but yeah, I'm very excited. I actually. As much as I love to shit talk Dookie, it's good stuff.
Did you catch the Callum Beaumont special session this past Sunday?
I did not catch the Callum Beaumont special session, but I am excited to tune in.
One of the new things the dojo is doing is about every 2 weeks or so they have some big ass name special.
About every 2 weeks, they have someone that knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Every other Sunday, they have somebody special come in and do a little lecture on whatever it is that their specialty is. And Callum was on this past Sunday. And it was really cool.
Fusco, did you know that if you didn't have a Dojo Premium membership, you could get a $1 test drive?
Probably from us, I assume.
Yeah, you can just go to channerant.com/subclass.
Oh, that's the best site ever.
And you can get a $1 test drive. Check it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, fucking quit.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I've had very few people that tried it and didn't keep it.
Or just become a tenor drummer.
Yeah, or a drum major.
Yeah, either way.
If you can't hack it at tenor drum, be a drum major.
The husks of dead pipers end up drum majors. Is that how it is?
Well, those who can't do teach.
Those who can do pipe, those who can't drum major. Oh, we're gonna get so many emails about that. Oh, who have we insulted this week? Oh
everybody.
No,
so
boy.
Fusco, last week on the episode that apparently I thought I was supposed to edit, but apparently you have to edit.
Correct.
We talked about people doing things, pipe band administrations, associations, etc., etc.
Right.
So we got this little comments that we got tagged in. An excerpt from our weekly email to the USPA members. Please spread the news. I'm gonna fucking paraphrase.
Yeah, this is long. But
USPA got fucked sideways, and COVID's bad. Because COVID's bad, we decided, how do we not fuck our bands? We decided the way to not fuck our bands was by rolling over the 2020 membership into 2021 and also charging new members in 2021 half.
That part's a pretty cool deal. That little add-on.
And also there's like a project subscription for some unknown drummer.
We're not going to say his name.
Yeah.
He who shall not be named.
He's definitely not Aaron McLean. McLeanDrumming.com or whatever. I don't know what his fucking site is.
He's going to get mad at us in emails. That was this. But whatever. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I guess only RSPBA is like the lone association that is not doing this. It's going to make them look like heroes, I guess.
Dude, you ever see like the traditional text in painting, and it's like a snake eating its own tail?
Oh yeah.
RSPBA is
Ouroboros?
it's like the snake eating its own tail, except it's just a head up its own ass in a perpetual corkscrew of intestine and shit.
Oh boy.
And you can't eat your way out of that.
No.
Well, I don't know, Beer Boy. Can you eat your way out of an ass?
Yes, you can. I've done it.
Is it like an avalanche where you like dig enough of a hole and spit and see which way gravity goes?
I mean, it depends. Like with Fusco, when I ate his ass, he didn't really douche very well before, so it was an avalanche. It was like shit in my mouth. It was disgusting. So it just depends. It just depends on the guy.
Well, Fusco does need depends. That's a great point.
Fuck off.
Because he's old and incontinent.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
I just wanted to transition over to you. I forgot to transition you into this. So.
Fusco, do you want to introduce our illustrious guest?
Yeah, we have on our old friend, very old friend of the show, one of the original six.
Younger than you.
Younger than me, but very old. And Brad, Beer Boy Brad. Well, formerly Beer Boy Brad.
Guys, should I hit record?
Oh, dude.
I already did. No,
okay.
I'm fucking with you.
Do we need a new nickname for Brad because he's no longer Beer Boy?
I feel like Brad's always Beer Boy.
Just leave it that way.
Always will be.
Yeah.
Always will be.
But yeah, Brad's joining us. He's going to tell us some spooky stories. Wait, we have something? Oh.
Spooky
stories. Yeah, so Brad's gonna do that for us, and that's
he's got some pipe band ghost stories.
He does.
Like some of my favorite pipe band ghost stories, like Misty Isle or Desert Sky, or all the other ghosts of pipe bands.
And we're also going. What else are we gonna do?
The most famous ghost, Ian Whitelaw, the sniffly ghost.
He has disappeared off the planet. No idea what happened to that guy.
Yeah, well, fucking cocaine's a hell of a drug. What do you want me to do about that?
It certainly is. Oh boy. But yeah, no, we're gonna get into a little bit of our horrible past. So
yeah, so we cannot do the Ghosts of Pipe Band's Past episode without acknowledging all the times that we have utterly shit the bed.
Yeah.
Especially here on the Channel Rant podcast, where we shit the bed like every 3 days, roughly. I mean,
right.
How often do we fuck up?
I feel like it's a lot. I mean, from the emails I get.
Granted, over 130-something episodes, it doesn't seem that bad, but like every time, it's like a dagger into the balls.
Right. It's funny, like when we're drunk, we're like, yeah, fucking cunt this and that.
Fuck
and then
fuck everybody. And then the next day we're like, oh no.
We're like sober and we get an email like, fuck, we feel bad about it. Like, let's go back to drunk Andy and Josh and then we won't care anymore.
Speaking of feeling bad about us, the Big Rab Show Awards. Tonight is literally the last night to vote.
Yeah, we've done nothing about it.
For the vast majority of folks, you're not listening to this because who would?
Right.
But for those of you who are, just keep refreshing the page and submitting us for anything we're eligible for.
Yeah, just keep voting because there's no rules.
We have an hour-long podcast. You can put it on in the background, and the entire time that we're doing this in the background, you can be refreshing and voting for us and breaking the system.
Yeah, the 3 people watching in the episode right now can do this for the next hour.
So send it.
And maybe we still won't win.
That's what we on the Channel Rant podcast call a full send.
I suspect we're not going to win. Our old nemesis Matt Willis will probably win the best social media. I'm willing to bet Gus Sicard wins best beard. I would put money on it today.
Speaking of our friend Matt, he may not be our friend anymore. After that episode that came out.
I'm pretty confident he is not.
So we got. I don't even know where to go with this because speaking of Ghosts of Podcast Past, I still feel pretty bad about how that fucking shit took course. I thought I had one hand on the wheel until I realized I had 0 hands on the wheel, and we were just going straight to fucking hell.
You think?
Yeah.
Have you finished the episode yet? Have you heard?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it was a tactical edit. I could tell.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like the drunk part all got taken out.
Yeah, but I still, dude, like that guy got done dirty.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was fair court.
Well, it would have been more fair to have him on at the time that we did it. But then again, I don't know. He did his apology video without us being there, so I don't know.
So we got an email.
We certainly did,
and I'm making Fusco read it because I'm still on the side of that was too harsh of an episode.
Yeah, the delivery I would agree was probably harsh, but
and also the dude wasn't there.
I don't. Yeah, but so what? It's our show. We talk shit about people all the time when they're not there. I don't know. But anyway, email. This is from somebody we don't know. I don't know who this is. But it says, I'm listening to the CR Chantarant. When you guys talk about Matt Willis' apology, I have so many thoughts about this. Camille is spot on, and Matt's apology was far more offensive than the ridiculous disdain you spew about us service band guys. Matt came across like a real bitch. I prefer you telling us we suck. That was it?
No, it says
sorry.
sorry.
Is there more?
Yeah.
Oh, it says, sorry, I can't hold it in. I'm driving, listening, and shouting at my radio. Laugh my ass off.
Dude. I don't want to. I don't want to further this. We're going to end up in another thing like we have with Rab, where it's like, oh, you're the fucking roll with Chantarant.
Yeah, we're definitely not at war at all.
No,
dude. And you kind of came at me like you kept saying in the episode. I don't know if you remember this, but that like we're coming at it like we're jealous that he gets more views. That has absolutely nothing to do with my thoughts on this.
Well, I thought the tall poppy syndrome was a very clever title.
Well, that's exactly what we were talking about, No, but I don't know. Like it could have been delivered better, as usual with us.
Yeah, it was.
But I don't disagree with my own opinion. I still think it's just the delivery of it.
Well, we're going to try to get him back on too because he obviously didn't like how
he did write to you, did he not?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him, but that doesn't surprise me.
So we're gonna try to get him back on, and he can tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, that would be brilliant if he did.
Because there's other intelligence that we didn't have at the time of recording the episode, but that fucking shit happens. It's a Chantarant podcast. What are we gonna do?
We shoot from the hip, baby. Having information would be too rabby.
Yeah, well, I mean, getting it right would, if we got it right every time, we would do less episodes. We'd be up to the line pipe band podcast or pod band pipe or whatever it's called.
Exactly. But what I was curious about,
we're not up to the line. We're snorting the line.
Yeah. What I was curious about was that I was expecting more people to post and come to his defense, which I didn't.
Well, it hasn't been very long. You got to keep in mind.
It's only been a week.
Yeah, you posted it Saturday.
Yeah, was it Saturday? Yeah,
Monday.
I don't know. I don't remember. It was something like that. Yeah, maybe it was Monday. But that should be interesting when we start getting people on the other side, because we definitely got a bunch of messages. I did that when the episode aired, like, "Oh, Matt was great. Loved having him on. It was really cool to hear him talk."
Everyone fucking loved him, and then we posted the episode, and it's like, oh fuck.
Well, not everybody loved him, but there's different people out there. What are you gonna do? I mean, he's a nice guy. I have nothing.
I'm hoping we get him back, and he just rakes us over the coals.
He won't though. It would be nice if he did, but he won't.
But that brings us to the topic of regret. And ghosts. And Wait, hold on. Spooky things. So, our theme for this episode of the Chantarant Podcast is the ghost of Chantarant Past. And we brought on our own ghostorian, Beer Boy Brad. So we're going to talk about some of the things that happened to us in the past, and then we're eventually going to count down our top 5 absolute ghost stories and things we regret.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should open with one of Beer Boy's ghost stories that he has prepared.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, my first ghost story involves 2 pipers. One from the southern hemisphere. The other is from the northern hemisphere. Our northern hemisphere piper challenges the the Southern Hemisphere piper to a duel. The Northern Hemisphere piper, call him Brad. Cocky, full of himself. Thinks he's going to beat this young lady named Camille at the Battle of Peacock Hill. She shows up, ready to fight, and he doesn't. And forever, she'll Brad haunt Peacock Hill. All right, that was my first legit one. That is one thing that is one of my Chantarant hauntings, though, is Peacock Hill, because I will never let that down.
That's one of your biggest regrets?
Yep, it's Peacock Hill, is leaving my fucking pipes. And
how is that not intentional?
Oh, it was intentional. This is the other thing. I'm calling Brad out, just like we called Matt Willis out last week for bullshit. I'm calling him bullshit. He left him on purpose because he did not want to embarrass himself.
I did not leave them on purpose, you motherfucker.
Have you ever driven from Oklahoma to Vegas and to play pipes and forgot your pipes?
I have not. Never ever would I. Have I ever
like
done
I would forget my girlfriend before I forgot my pipes. Granted, I have forgotten my kilt before.
That's true. One time you did. Which is mind blowing to me that it's possible, but these things happen. But Brad, there's going to be a repeat of Peacock Hill coming up here, isn't there? Sort of.
Yeah. Camille twisted my arm into doing the Yori Chisholm online competition, so we've been prepping for about couple weeks, and I think our recordings are due on the 4th, and we'll see what happens.
Did you guys write in and ask them to put you in the same heat or whatever?
I didn't. I don't know if Camille did. Camille is a lot more organized than I am. She's also a lot smarter than I am, so she may have done that.
I mean, she's more organized and more smart than all of us.
Oh yeah, like Camille should honestly rule the world. Like, could you imagine if Camille ran the world? It would be perfect. It would be a utopia.
I've been trying to get her to be the CEO of Chantarant Industries, and everyone keeps saying no. Fusco keeps saying no. Being CEO sucks.
Well,
I can imagine.
Well, besides, I'll never let a woman run anything.
I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Well, that's because we have no paid maternity leave.
Hold on, I need to pull up my notes. Okay, so my first story. I had a lot.
I thought you just did your first story.
He faked it.
Yeah, that was my fake first story. God damn! Let me tell a fucking story, Josh. Shut up. Okay. Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna let you finish.
Anyways, so I was trying to say I had a lot of fun doing research for you guys. I had a lot of fun. So this first story is called McCrimmon and the Piper's Cave. On the Isle of Skye, the
Wait, hold on.
What?
We gotta give it a spooky introduction. Ready?
Oh, okay.
McCrimmon and the Piper's Cave.
On the Isle of Skye, the McCrimmons were renowned pipers, running a piping college at Boreg, I cannot pronounce that, on the island. There are a few legends as to how the McCrimmons obtained their talents. One story has it that a McCrimmon was piper to the MacLeod of MacLeod, though not particularly fantastic. He had a small coterie of students, one of whom was his son. One day, they were excited to hear that the MacLeod was looking for an assistant piper, and the students knuckled down to practice in the hope of being chosen. Young McCrimmon was desperate to get the job, but his playing left a little to be desired. He decided to practice on a grassy hill at Boreg, overlooking the loch. But he was getting nowhere fast, and he threw his pipes down in a huff, throwing himself into the grass, bawling in frustration. The grassy hill opened, and a beautiful woman walked out, asking what was the matter. McCrimmon poured his heart out to her. Thoughtfully, she asked, "What would you rather be? Pipe badly, but seen as great, or be a great piper, but unrecognized?" The young man thought it over and replied that he would like to be a great piper, but thought it was unlikely to happen. The woman handed him a silver chanter and told the young McCrimmon to play. He did, and it was the greatest music he had ever heard. "When you are happy, everyone will dance," said the woman, "and when you are sad, they will cry. But when I call you, wherever you are, you must come. Is that agreeable?" Young McCrimmon stated that it was, and went on to impress MacLeod of MacLeod, becoming a renowned piper. In time, he married, had a family, and established a dynasty of legendary pipers. Eventually, the woman called back to him, and McCrimmon went to the cave at Harlosh. He went into the cave, playing his pipes using the silver chanter that she had bequeathed him, and he was accompanied by his terrier and his family. He continued into the cave and continued playing, and they continued to hear him playing until the cave closed up and swallowed the piper. To this day, when you go past this cave on a dark, moonless night, if you listen carefully, you can hear the faint sounds of bagpipes.
So, Fusco, as a man who has piped his way into many dark, swampy caves, what do you think of that spooky story?
That was. Can you hit the echo?
Oh, yeah.
Brad, that was a really
spooky story.
Was that true? Is this like a real story? Or did you make this up?
So this one I found on a website, on a Celt. I can
no.
send you guys the website.
The quickest answer is no.
No, it's not. But it's
we
a
knew
folk story
McCrimmon.
from the Isle of Skye. Apparently.
Yeah, Mark McCrimmon, who used to come play with us from Utah back when we had the G5 band. He lives here now.
He does. He just moved to Vegas. He was from Arizona somewhere, I thought.
So Beer Boy, what about that story do you consider to be this? Hold on, sorry guys, I gotta keep switch hitting. Spookiest factor.
What do I consider the spookiest factor?
Yeah.
That he trusted some woman coming out of a cave to make him a better piper. I always trust a bearded man to make me a bit better piper.
If the proposed instructor climbing out of a cave doesn't seem slightly hungover, angry that you're there, and has a beard, are they really an instructor?
It's like, why are you wasting my time?
So we have some of our ghost stories of Chanarant past, and we have some communal ones, and we also have in our top 5.
Correct. How do you want to do this?
Is everything that's in the communal out of there's nothing in your top 5 that's in the communal, right?
That is correct.
I'd like to start with every Four Loco episode ever.
Four Loco is spooky. How many of those have we done?
I think we've only done like 3 or 4 Four Loco episodes.
They were loco, literally. Oh my god, blacked out, fucking it was like cocaine and liquor all in one drink.
And it's not even like the it's not even the act of us like drinking Four Loco and doing a podcast. It's the aftermath.
Which is what?
Well, for you, nothing, because you just wake up in your bed the next day. For me, it's like trying to shovel French fries into a blacked out Fuko and making sure he doesn't puke on my couch.
I always make it to the bathroom, unlike some people. Remember that time you threw up right in front of the sink in Adele's house?
Oh, God. I threw up in the kitchen sink.
No, you literally threw
up. Was it the Pachin?
Yeah.
Oh,
he just,
yeah.
He was just standing there, and he grabbed it.
Dude,
you saw it coming through his hands.
Yeah,
I
literally it went down, and it immediately returned to sender.
It was the greatest moment I've ever witnessed. And he just grabbed it, and it's like, oh no.
I was like, well, I vomited.
Yeah, Pachin. I don't remember how you say it.
It's Irish moonshine.
Irish moonshine. Oh my god, and it is rough.
I don't know what of the communal ghosts of Chanarant past do you have?
Well, you want me to tell you one of my 5 worst moments?
Horrifying. Should I cue up the echo?
Yeah, definitely. This is my spooky moment. Number 5. The Big Grace Note Rant, Part 1. That was pretty horrifying.
Oh, no, you went to your top 5 immediately. You didn't even go to the communal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going to sort of trade them around.
Okay, so what about the big Grace Note rant part 1?
Well, it was, again, not in the moment. I don't remember it, but the day after and editing that episode was...
was that your edit?
I think so.
Oh, dude, that must have been brutal.
Because I was editing almost everything back then. So, yeah, man, it was rough because holy shit, it was embarrassing. Like, how am I gonna make it through this? This is awful. And
that was like a 2-hour stream.
It was very long and it was classic because the captain is the Fuko of our ship came out of that.
Captain is the Fuko of our ship.
I kept saying the same jokes over and over again because I had written a bunch to fuck with those guys.
Well, you had so many bits and like you'd already executed them and then you just kept going back.
Kept doing it because I didn't realize I had already done. Super embarrassing. It was horrifying.
It was. Wait for it. Spooky.
Yeah, so most of these are going to be times we embarrassed ourselves.
Yeah, well, the Ghost of Chanarant Past is always all the times that we just really face-fucked ourselves.
You ever notice those are the ones that people seem to like the best?
Yeah, it happens. Although, what was the Cahill episode that's got like 17,000 downloads?
Oh, shit, I don't remember. I remember that it got a lot of downloads for
some should I do one of my top 5 or should we?
Yeah,
okay. So one of my top 5. Actually, this is my number 5. So we're counting down our personal.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 5 top 5 worst Ghosts of Chanarant Past was I said pants. The mini kilts.
When you lost the bet and
the
finally came through on it.
Well, I came through amazingly on the bet because the bet was such and such happens. I gotta wear a mini kilt. Okay, cool. Originally it was gonna be for the concert.
Oh, that's right.
But the caveat was I am not gonna go get a mini kilt. Someone has to provide me with said mini kilt.
Right.
So instead, I ended up wearing the mini kilt during episode 100, the live show we did at Tommy Rockers.
Correct, in front of a room full of people.
Hell yeah, dude!
No underwear, balls hanging out.
As soon, hey, you give me the mini kilt, I'm rocking it.
Brad would have loved it. He would have been sitting front row, trying to look up your mini kilt.
But that was also like episode 100 created a lot of problems just because it was a clusterfuck to try to put on, and 2, I had like just barely been dating my current girlfriend at the time, and like halfway through the show I remember I ripped off the fucking tearaway pants and have this purple mini kilt that hangs just an inch higher than the head of my penis.
That must have been a short mini kilt.
It was it was a short 7 inches.
Wait, she was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember her
She was
being
at
there.
that fucking show.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
And so that was, dude, I have a picture. I have a picture on my phone that someone sent me of like us like having a cuddle, and like I have this fucking purple mini kilt on that like my ass cheeks are hanging out of.
That was great. Did we get pictures? I don't remember any pictures or video of that.
I got pictures. Well, I mean, we live streamed the whole thing, so we do have video.
That's true. That's a good point. Do we ever post it?
Oh God, no, never. Good. That show was
it's awful. Yeah. So that was a fun one.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. So let's go to one of our general ones, just around the room.
So Beer Boy, wait, you haven't chimed in on some of these things.
Yeah.
Do you recall the big Grace Note rant, and do you recall the mini kilt episode?
The first big Grace Note rant I thought was hilarious.
There's only been one.
There has only been one. Why do I think there's 2?
Because we've been trying for years.
We've been trying, yeah, like literally.
Huh. I drink too much when I listen to you guys' show, I guess.
So do we.
Episode 100, did you guys live stream that?
Yeah. We streamed it from Tommy Rockers.
Yeah, I think I remember catching that.
And it was a shit show. It was like a 2-hour stream.
It was a long one. But it was fun.
No, I only caught a little bit of it because I was at work at the time. So yeah, I didn't catch it.
Back when we all had jobs.
Remember then?
Yeah, Grace Note Rant. We're gonna try to make that happen again someday, and hopefully we'll regret that one as well.
Well, we've been trying to make it happen for fucking ever.
Yeah.
But just tell the Up to the Line Pipe Band podcast guys on their every 4 years episode they record.
We'll get them someday. They'll all the stars will align. But yeah. So what else?
I mean, as far as a general one, as far as something that was spooky.
Oh my god.
I'm haunted by Chan Around Down Under. Remember that?
Oh my god, do I ever? That was awful. It was like the worst 15 minutes of my life.
Remember the time that we had some really, really great fans that took us up on our offer for like doing Chan Around Down Under, and then realized that doing a radio show is hard?
Yeah, no, I remember this well. It was wonderful because we had a week off, which was great.
Yeah, and we lost like 700 listeners on our week off.
No, I think we did it as a bonus.
I came back to work and I was like, "What the fuck? Who did I leave in charge?"
It was pretty fun listening to Camille try to wrangle those other two, Honey Bourbon and Uncle Chop.
Yeah, it was like trying to squeeze jokes out of a fucking rock.
I don't think they were trying to do jokes. I think they were just talking.
And they're all just like staring at each other.
Well, it was very awkward, which was what made it so great.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, fucking you. Listen here, you kangaroo diddlers. Just fucking say a fucking funny thing. Just talk about your day. Doesn't matter. Like, our job's not that hard.
Honey Bourbon's hysterical on Snapchat. He couldn't put some of that into the show.
Yeah, but there's only so much you can do with like, "Oi, today I fucking sat in a truck, and the day after I sat in a truck, and I sat in a truck the day after that." Like, what?
I don't know. Remember that time he sent us that video? I think this was one of his first Snapchats where he went shopping for liquor, and he filled up the entire cart.
Yeah.
And he had that was fucking great. That was classic. And he was.
I do appreciate a proper alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, he literally had a shopping cart full of liquor and beer and all this stuff. Like, for what reason? I have no idea. Just to go listen to the show, I think.
Yeah, Chan Around Down Under that'd be one of my spookiest.
It was spooky. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that one I couldn't understand. Honey Bourbon or Uncle Chop. I never can understand. Honey Bourbon though, he just speaks so slow I fall asleep, and I just can't understand him. I'm like, dude, speak faster.
Yeah,
it's get to the point, man.
It's like dingo, cunt, root, cunt, dingo, cunt. It's like their own Morse code.
Yeah, exactly.
Dingo is a dash, cunt is a dot.
But that was fun. So, what else? You want to go do one of these general ones again?
Yeah, you can pick.
So another one that's it's not on my top 5, but definitely was one of those really horrifying moments was when we had our mothers on the show, and we were talking about dildos and masturbation.
Wait.
And porn.
Can we?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Can we at least get a clean plate of with the echo saying spooky dildos?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Spooky dildos. See, Rab, you can cut that out, and you can use it for whatever you need.
Oh, yeah. But that was a fun one. For any of the new listeners of the show, if you've not gone back and heard that, this was Mother's Day of 2 years ago.
That was like episode 8.
Yeah. And I was in New York visiting for Mother's Day.
Yeah,
or something.
so we did the Product of Bad Parenting episode where we basically got our moms on the podcast to talk about what pieces of shit we are, and then they just went off on a fucking tangent about dildos.
You did.
Well, because no. I told the story of when I found the dildo in the desert.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, both the moms were like, "Oh, yeah, dildos, yeah. How big was it?"
I don't want to know anything else.
Mine's purple and has 3 functions.
I've never listened to it again. I never want to know.
Yeah, that was spooky.
That was really horrifying.
That was not even in the double digits.
No, that was really early on. I don't know. It was just
it was just because we started the podcast right before holiday season, and we're like, all right, how are we going to do this? Can you imagine the fact that we managed to pull off you and your mom calling in and us recording the show while I was in the office at my folks' place, and we still can't get this to work?
I know. Well, it was very questionable, but we made it work. I think I had a microphone that, like, just my Zoom mic.
It was like a USB mic or something.
Yeah, it was really terrible, but it worked out.
Great episode.
Yeah, it was very funny. All right, so Brad.
So, Beer Boy, I'm told you have another pipe band ghost story for us.
I do. So this one piqued my interest.
What's the title?
So this one is the Ghost Piper of Culzean Castle. I apologize to all of your Scottish listeners. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. I live in Oklahoma, and we don't speak English very well.
All right, pause for effect.
Pardon, what'd you say, Josh?
Hold on.
Wait, pause for effect. Spooky.
All right. So before I start this story, it's kind of important. In 1945, the Kennedy family sold this castle to the National Trust of Scotland as a gift. It's important later in this story. The Piper of Culzean Castle is a piper who, together with his dog, was sent into the caves below the castle by the local village to prove that the caves underneath were not haunted. His goal was to work his way through the entrance below the castle to an exit on the hill some distance away. The story goes that the piper started playing at the foot of the cliffs and entered the caves, followed by his loyal companion. The howling of the pipes could be heard from inside the castle, high above on the top of the cliffs. As the howl started to fade, people assumed that the piper was making his path through the caves, but then the piping stopped. The occasional barks from the piper's dog stopped, and no one emerged from the cave's exit. Assuming he might have gotten stuck, a party went to search for the piper, but to no avail. The piper and his dog were never seen or heard from again. Or were they? Local legend says that on the eve of a Kennedy family wedding, the sounds of the pipes can be heard emanating from the caves below the castle, and a lone figure can be seen standing near the Piper's Brae, which is a ruined church on the castle grounds. So I did a little research on this, and it was owned by the Kennedy family at one point. I think this story is bullshit because all the Kennedys are dead, so there's no ghosts anymore because none of them are getting married anymore. But
That is spooky.
what scares me the most is the piper getting stuck, because you guys both know I'm a thick boy, and if you sent me into
Is
a cave,
that a CK or is that a 2 C's?
that's a 2 C's. It
Ayo,
might even be a
bayo.
might even be a third C, because that's something that really scares me, is playing somewhere and getting stuck, because your boy's kind of chunky.
Dude, there is nothing spookier than getting stuck. Let me tell you a ghost story. Are you ready for this?
Oh boy.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let me get this going. In this spooky tale, you have a couple pipers of average ability who could do more with their lives, could get farther, but instead they become board members. Spooky.
That's terrible. Oh my god. It's the worst thing that could happen to somebody. Buried alive, no big deal.
Talk about getting stuck.
being a association board member
Or a board member of your
Highland
band.
or Highland Games.
There's nothing spookier.
Holy moly. So thanks, Brad. Another great story from Beer Boy Brad. So let's go to my number 4.
Oh, okay.
So this was another big.
So this is in your top 5 worst moments.
Yes,
This is your number 4.
number 4. Yeah, this was the. This was the episode-
loss. Wait, hold on.
What am I saying? Spooky.
Well, just come up with a title for it. You ready? All right.
Yeah. The lost episode.
Okay, perfect.
So this is the one where I got so blacked out before the thing even started that
Not just blacked out. You had like one slice of cheese for the day.
yeah, I had nothing to eat that day. And this is the Michael and Uzi episode, Waken District. He was nice enough to come on. I felt really bad about it.
he was such a sport.
Yeah, and like I was just, I was.
This
I
is
was
the
in
one
bad
where
shape
like
before we even started.
like during the live stream, people are like in the chat talking about how Fusco's falling asleep.
Yeah, I'm like totally like just sitting in my chair, passed out. Like So anyway, going back to that one, like, yeah, can we not post that because that was terrible.
I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna edit it for patrons.
Someday we'll put that out.
We'll put out the lost episode.
There's bound to be more,
because that was another one of those where like you had like a few zingers, and you just kept sending the same zingers over and over again because you didn't remember you'd already sent it. And I'm like, and that was one we had to do at your place. And so I'm just like sitting there in your apartment while you're falling asleep in a chair and like trying to talk to this guy I've never fucking met.
Right.
And I was like, all right, that's all the time we have on the Chanaran podcast in stream. Like, punch Fusco in the knee. Like, come on, help me pack this shit up.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. And that was horrifying.
Oh, wait.
It was horrifying. Contacting Michael the next day and apologizing for fucking that one up. And I offered to have him come on again. We'll just do it all over again, and I have yet to hear back from him.
Yeah, that does not shock me. Bear Boy, did you see that one? Because that was a Patreon stream.
I did not see that one. I thought you guys were I thought by the Lost episode, you guys were talking about the Lost episode, the one that you guys recorded at the Vegas games, and all your stuff got stolen.
Well, that was lost in a way that is not recoverable because it was
that's like
quite literally lost.
Yeah, that was a terrible event as well.
So I have my number 4, and my number 4. Hold on. Spooky. No, my number 4, which I consider to be like haunting me for all of my days, is the fucking first Colin Armstrong episode. And that was when we were still recording at your apartment, and we had Colin Armstrong on, and like for some reason we were just delayed by like setup or whatever. And so he came on, and he was like super ready to go and excited to be on the show, and I was just fucking blackout drunk and just like talked over him and didn't know what the hell was going on. Like, I don't remember that episode.
Yep. Hey, finally
we got him back later on.
Yeah, it went much smoother the second time. But yeah, that first one was like, oh, jeez. And you actually listened to that, and you were like so horrified.
Oh my god! I think I edited that one. And
I think so.
Like,
I think that's why
fuck.
you. Yeah. I remember you being very upset about that.
That's why Josh doesn't drink as much on the show anymore.
Yeah.
Colin, you're the reason Daddy doesn't drink.
Yes. See, we all do embarrassing things from time to time, Josh.
Especially us.
Yes, absolutely. Brad, do you have a most horrifying moment in piping that you've been part of?
Most horrifying?
Yeah, something to you that's horrifying.
Not really. I mean, aside from like
knowing us
playing in a shrine band, and that's where I learned how to play. I mean, that was
like
pretty
with a
horrifying.
Fez?
Yeah, that's how. That's where I learned how to play, was in a shrine band. Yeah.
Did you actually play in the Fez? Was that part of your uniform?
No, we didn't wear the Fez in uniform.
Oh,
well, there goes my erection.
That's too bad.
I do have a Fez. Do you want me to go put my Fez on?
Yes, that would be amazing.
Or don't, because time.
Well, he can walk away.
Time passes, and the only thing that I think everyone can agree on is not cool is a Fez.
Hey,
they are terrible.
Fez are cool.
Let's see it, Brad.
I have to. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere.
Fine, be that way.
So general shit. This is not in my top 5, but speaking about spooky things, the All of the Six Facebook group.
Yeah, that's pretty horrifying.
It is the thing of nightmares.
It I don't know what its intention was originally, but it's basically become the most horrifying memes you can find and
like,
post them.
Originally the intention was like, oh, here's a forum where our fans can like hang out and chat, and it's become like worse than 4chan somehow. Like, it's like the most fucking degrading, horrible shit I've ever seen in my life. And don't get me wrong, it's funny.
It's very funny.
and it's in the group rules. It's like, hey, like you know, it's like the waiver you sign before you go skydiving. It's like, yeah, like you're about to get thrown out of a plane. Like, so there's protection there, but it's like, holy shit, man, I've seen some things.
Oh my god, it's fantastic. I can't believe we haven't gotten banned or that's gotten shut down by Facebook at this point.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Facebook's a shit platform anyway. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, you listen to this podcast? Get fucked, you fucking weird Android prick.
Wow. Sure, you'll go off on him. What did he do?
Just exist.
I mean, you'll defend Matt Willis, but you'll go after this guy.
Yeah, that's because one's a robot and one just pretends to be a robot.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, that thing's horrifying. But I suggest everybody go to Facebook and check it out. Go look up all of the Six Facebook page or group, right? It's a group.
Yeah, so it's the Facebook group # all of the six.
You have to be admitted, so request admittance. And
yes, we've definitely not just let everyone in.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's private or whatever. But it is fantastically horrible. So check it out.
This episode of the Chanarant Podcast is brought to you by MacLellan Bagpipes, proudly made in North America by artesian bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust, Scotland. At MacLellan Bagpipes, they don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of the best-sounding and most beautiful-looking bagpipes in the world since their beginning in 1988. Over the years, MacLellan Bagpipes has established a solid reputation for rich, warm, and stable tone, created with incredible craftsmanship and instruments of heirloom quality and unparalleled beauty. Head to BespokeBagpipes.com to learn more about their innovations like the new Elevation Chanter, which features a lower-pitched richness inspired by the classic top hand of older chanters and sustainable solutions like the Revelation Bagpipe, a Delrin instrument featuring bores lined with a cellulose polymer sleeve giving you the structural benefits of a Delrin instrument while maintaining a refined wood-like sound. Check out MacLellan Bagpipes' diverse line of instruments and learn more about their restoration work on vintage bagpipes by visiting their website at BespokeBagpipes.com. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA.
So yeah.
So Beer Boy,
Is he back?
do you have your third ghost story, and are you wearing a fez?
I am not wearing a fez, but I do have my third ghost story.
Wait. What's the title of your third ghost story?
This is The Ghostly Piper of Duntroon Castle.
Ready? The Ghostly Piper of Castle. Nailed it. This is why we do radio.
All right. This story takes place in the 17th century. Okay. So, during this, so little backstory that I don't feel like reading all of it. Basically, the McDonald's and the
Why don't we pay you the big bucks if you're not gonna read it?
two clans are fighting. Okay, cool. All right. So
McDonald's and the Campbells, but continue.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I get those names mixed up. Whatever. Okay. The McDonald's were led by Sir Alistair MacDonald, also known as the dreaded Colkito. He was 6 foot 6 inches tall and could easily cleave a man in two with one stroke of a claymore. Colkito became a master of hit-and-run guerrilla tactics and defeated the Covenant of armies in 7 battles. In the process, Colkito helped the clan. I'm telling a goddamn story, Josh. Shut the fuck up. Helped Clan McIntyre of Glencoe, and as a reward for this assistance, the clan chief gave Colkito his favorite piper to accompany him on his battle campaign. Colkito continued his march through Argyll, eventually arriving at Duntroon Castle. In a daring night raid, his men surprised and defeated the Campbell defenders. The piper and a small band of Colkito's men were left to garrison the castle while he boarded his galley and sailed away to meet with other royalists. Before Colkito could return, the Campbells mounted a counterattack on Duntroon, and the castle fell to the band of Campbells. In an act of vengeance, the Campbells killed all of Colkito's men, except for the McIntyre piper, who was ordered to play for the amusement of his captors. The Campbells impatiently waited for Colkito to return to Duntroon. Finally, one day his galley came into view in the Sound of Jura, and the clever piper asked permission to play a tune on the pipes that he had created for the occasion. So they bid him to play on. The piper took his place high on the castle ramparts and began playing. The piper's warning to his master. Colkito listened closely and noticed misphrases that were unusual for such an accomplished player. Waving a great salute to the brave piper, he ordered the helm hard about and escaped to the open sea. The piper was taken before the commander of the castle, Lady Dunstaffnage, known as the Black Bitch, and confronted with the treachery, she gave orders that the piper's hands be cut off, so that he will never again give a similar warning. The exhausted piper extended his hands, and the Campbells watched as these nimble hands that played so well were severed from his arms with a single blow from a chopping axe. Unable to stop the flow of blood, the piper soon died. Over the years, many inhabitants of the castle have claimed to witness strange phenomena. Some have heard the music of a piper of Duntroon. Skeptics often I cannot speak English today. Scoffed, believing that this was just another Scottish ghost story. Then in 1888, while making repairs to Duntroon Castle, workers unearthed a skull beneath the first floor dressing room. When they dug further, they found the skeletal remains of a man buried in a shallow grave. They carefully removed the skull, torso, legs, feet, and arms, and made a remarkable discovery. There were no hands. The master of the castle at the time, Dean Mapleton, an Episcopal bishop, ordered the body buried outside the castle walls. He arranged for a Christian burial. A great-granddaughter of Dean Mapleton informed Robin Malcolm in a letter that her mother, who had been 5 years old when the body was discovered, claimed that the piper's remains were laid to rest in an unmarked grave in Kilmartin churchyard. If you stand below the castle at night, you might see a ghostly apparition through the mist of a lone piper on the battlements facing towards the sea. And if you listen carefully, you may hear the haunting sounds of a piper's warning to his master.
Spooky. So basically what you're saying is if we do our job really, really well, you can get your hands chopped off and buried outside the castle.
Yes.
Yeah. So that you can haunt it forever.
I've been haunting you forever. I've been dead for 100 years. Wait. 100 years.
All right. Let's go to my number 3, shall we?
Is it spookier than that?
Oh, God, yes. Holy moly.
What is the title of this spooky story?
This story is Things That I Regret. This one's called Gimp Mask. This is the time I was in a gimp mask.
That was it?
That's it. We had the Dominatrix episode, and she put a gimp mask on me, and
you played Highland Wedding.
I did. I tried to, yeah. And that thing is awful. It was actually really, really scary to be in.
Well, you were terrified because you're claustrophobic.
A little bit. Well, I mean, yeah. It was incredibly like, oh God, like you can't see, you're blinded. You have a little hole for your mouth, but that's it. And it was really awful. And she really.
Oh, dude, that's the way it works.
Yeah, I was like, oh God, this is terrible.
Gimp, you gimping it. It's a full gimp.
Yeah, no, it was for real.
Hashtag full gimp.
It was actually horrifying.
Guys, tweet at Big Rab Show with hashtag full gimp. He'll know what it means.
Remember the time you had to put the puppy mask on and the puppy paws? Or whatever the dog, whatever the fuck that was.
So my number 3 spookiest, and the thing that haunts me
to this day,
number 3 to this day, is having to wear sunglasses all the fucking time.
Hey man, that's your thing, and it seemed cool. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
So when we first started doing it, the sunglasses were a tactical move where I could monitor multiple screens and like keep an eye on the soundboard, and people couldn't see where my eyes were tracking. Now, every time I go anywhere, it's dark, and I have to wear sunglasses to be hashtag fucking Team Josh Yeet. I don't fucking know even anymore. And that's I don't love it.
Yeah. Well, especially now that we're in this dark room.
I will say this. Technically, it's never too dark to be cool.
No.
But it does make my working of the computers and things slightly more difficult.
It's funny to watch you have to pull your glasses off to go hit buttons over there.
Yeah, because I'm like fucking crazy. Especially now, in the studio, I'm like fucking everything's it's
very dark in here.
Pitch black.
Yeah, I'm better you than me. That's a very regretful moment. I'm sure if we could take it back, but hey, at least you look cool.
So going from the common pool, we have something that is striped and Spooky. Tiger Balm.
That was another bet you lost.
Why did this become a thing for us?
I think it was Angel who made the suggestion, but
Because the Tiger Balm thing,
Could've been.
we've all suffered. Well,
We
you
haven't.
haven't. You haven't suffered the Tiger Balm yet, have
Yeah,
you?
I did, yeah.
Oh, did you?
yeah, I remember I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it on just because I want to
Oh,
know.
when we had Angel.
Yeah, when we had Angel on. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm like, I need to see what this is all about.
Why?
I don't know.
Why did we do that to ourselves?
We make stupid bets, and sometimes we lose. And sometimes...
Also, we've had an entire... Maybe this is why we're so pent up, is because we haven't had a season, so we can't make stupid bets.
Correct. There's nobody to lose bets on.
Beer Boy.
Although we got Camille and Beer Boy, we can bet on
Yeah,
them.
we need some betting material. So Beer Boy,
Yeah,
do you want to make a 2021 Worlds bet with me and Sco?
sure.
Okay.
Like, is it going to happen or not? Is that what we're betting?
Well, let's just here's what we'll do. We'll assume it's happening and we'll bet on the winner. If it doesn't happen, the bet's null.
Okay.
Or do you want to bet on whether or not it happens? That doesn't make a three-way bet, though.
No, it does not.
Yeah. I think it's easier to assume it's happening and bet on the winner.
Yeah, okay.
Because then you have a three-way bet, and we can potentially get Aussie on a four-way bet.
So what are we going to bet?
Well, I mean, it's Tiger Bomb bet.
Oh, a Tiger Bomb bet on this.
Yeah.
Oh no!
The reality of that just hit me. Aussie Rod.
But let me clarify.
She's never going to agree to this.
Let me clarify. For the boys in the house, say yeah. It's not a ball sack Tiger Bomb.
What's it going to be?
It's a butthole Tiger Bomb.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ooh. Okay, how about this? So the
Brad
band that
feels
shall
that
not be
every
named. Wait. Band that shall not be named is competing in Joe Brady's online competition, right?
It's probably.
Yeah, if we ever find our drum sergeant.
I finally heard back from him.
Okay. So my band is 2. So whoever's band wins.
No, we got to
That'll
pick
be the
who's
bet.
going to win.
So so you're saying between the North Texas Caledonian Ringer Band and our ragtag group of rascals.
Well, how about this? How about you guys play down to the grade 5 band, because North Texas's grade 5 band is playing and I'm playing in it. So it'd be us playing in a grade 5 and it'd be even playing field.
What are you playing grade 5?
I don't even think we're going to be able to enter
Why not?
because it's like a month away.
Yeah.
And so you have enough contact from other people who play instruments in our band to assume that we're entering into this. Because I'll back your play, dude, but we're both going to be fucking pooping Tiger Bomb together.
No. Hold on. I do think I have enough people to do it. I still need to pick some pipers here, but I think I've got the drummers I've heard from. I know
Brad
for sure.
is, Brad is planning on winning by default. That's why he changed the game. He's planning on winning by the fact that we don't fucking compete. Just like Ozzy won by him not competing at Peak
but-
of the
that
Hill.
wouldn't be part of it. It gives
But
no
here's the
if we
thing.
don't
Here's the
play.
thing, though, is that the pipe corps for this grade 5, for the North Texas grade 5, this will be our first competition because it's all the Oklahoma boys playing. So we'll see what happens. Unless you guys want to make a long-term bet, that's fine with me.
I think that the 2021 World is more likely to happen than this fucking online contest.
Okay. We can.
I mean, granted, I'm down to make a side bet if it's confirmed, but
Yeah, it's not 100%, but it's getting close.
so let's do this. Let's
But
split the
I don't want to play down. That's going to be like being like North Texas and
yeah, and rinsing.
Yeah.
Let's split the diff and pray. How about we do a Tiger Bomb bet on the winners of the hopefully gonna happen under the new Independent Pipe Band Association of the World instead of the RSPBA, who's going to completely crumble down into the ashes of the fucking festering shit pile that they've made for themselves. Let's just assume that there's a contest, and we do top picks. Which would be your? I'm giving Beer Boy the top pick. What would be your grade 1 contender? You get to go first.
For grade 1, if we have a Worlds, I would say I'm gonna go with Field Marshal, Inverary.
No.
Slot.
No. You get to pick your first place pick.
Okay. Field Marshal.
Okay. Fusco. As the next contender, you get to pick your. And it can't be FM. Keep in mind, this is going to be Tiger Bomb into your butthole.
Well, first off, I never agreed to that yet.
Well, if you pick who you think's going to win, you've agreed to the terms.
Then I pass.
Okay. I'm going to say Slot.
Oh, interesting.
And if not, I will have Tiger Bomb in my slot.
That's a great
episode title.
Tiger Bomb in my slot.
I like it.
Tiger.
So we gotta scoot along here.
Bomb.
So Fusco, can I talk about my number 2?
Absolutely.
So we're counting down. My number 2 worst moments, Coddlegate, for sure. Or I'm sorry, you can edit this. Voldemort Gate.
Yeah, that was a doozy.
Dude, the first time that I literally had like people calling for me to step down as the director of the fucking games.
Somebody asked that?
For like 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. Who wanted that? Voldemort?
No.
Somebody else said this? Really? I don't remember that, but it was all a long time ago.
It was a lot of bullshit. It was much ado about nothing.
Wow.
And that's not even considering the fact that I wasn't even the person that called the person a cunt.
Wait, was that what it was about?
Well, I got in trouble. You called someone a cunt. I got in trouble because I fired them on air.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
Strangely enough, 2 years later,
that was our first major controversy that happened to us.
Still remains not employed by said organization.
Well, but yeah, that was our first major thing that we had to dance around, if you will.
Well, I mean, that was our first realization that, and I mean this with the utmost love, people in the pipe band community are a bunch of fucking gaping vaginas. And,
wow.
And they think that they can't express their opinion because something will happen. Because they've been taught over the years that if they express their opinion, something will, well, you better not do it because Krampus is going to come get you. And they're just now realizing there is no fucking Krampus. If anything, I'm fucking Krampus.
Well, I mean, if you're in the UK, then they can get you, but everywhere else they can, unless you're part of the Midwest.
And it's like, dude, it's like, man, everyone's here for the same reason. We're all trying to make a good thing. Like, don't try to justify shitty behavior behind the fucking facade of, oh well, you may not get to your aggregate points that you don't even fucking care about.
Yeah, somebody cares because somebody.
Well,
doesn't.
3 guys care who fucking won aggregate, but
right. It's usually. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean that one. I had to have a lot more conversations around that than I wanted to, and that's why it's in my top 2 spookiness.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was a rough one.
Because I was like, guys, and everyone's like, oh, you might get sued, you might get this. I'm like, no, none of that's probably going to happen because why? That'd be the most frivolous thing in the history of time. Like. Guess what? You don't want to get called cunt on the radio? Don't be cunt.
Exactly correct. I agree. So,
but that was one of my moments that I regret not because we weren't right, but just because I had to fucking deal with all the fallout. It was a pain in the ass.
Remember this horrifying moment? That was pretty horrifying for me. I actually had forgotten about this until our historian reminded me. But that remember we had to scrap the episode a couple years ago we did in Flagstaff because
that was like our first remote.
And because one of our bandmates accused. I'm pretty sure it was me of being racist.
Oh, I guarantee it wasn't me.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. We make off-color jokes fairly often. So
off-color's not really the right terminology.
It is in this case.
That's the same trip where you were also accused of being a sexist, of sexual inappropriate behavior. Like
really,
it was a whole fucking thing.
I don't remember that one.
Do you not remember this, dude? We had to institute the fucking current member at large for this.
For what now? I don't remember any of this.
Well, look back through your texts and you'll find it.
From 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Like it was a whole fucking ordeal. That was before the Reich.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so that was a fun one. I was like, okay, I guess not everybody has the same sense of humor, I suppose.
No, and like it wasn't even that. So I was like, guys, like you are giving him so much more credit for being offensive than what you realize is actually the problem, which is he's just like drunk and horny.
That's I don't know if that's it, but I'm trying to remember which one this was. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty awkward. That was an awkward one for sure.
So I have my number one.
Uh-oh. This is a great one.
My number one most spooky ghost of Chanarant Past is definitely the Fight Night Breakdown.
Oh yeah. Really?
Yeah, dude, that is the thing that's haunted me the most.
Yeah, that was
because you have no idea the amount of messages I get about like that specifically.
Still?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How's your life changed since then?
It hasn't
How's
at
your
all.
piping life? I mean,
it hasn't at all. Yeah, I
have you done anything differently?
Yeah. Like
what?
I've done the same. Well, no, I haven't done anything differently. I've got a new read.
Okay.
So that's nice. I enjoy that. Yeah, they're listening to Frozen.
Oh Jesus Christ!
But yeah, I got a new read. That's been nice. I don't have to.
Have you re-maintained your pipes? Have you done anything like that?
Dude, let me tell you about this. Okay, so I've told you about how I want to do like a whole 0 to 60 channel.
Yeah.
I face fucked myself. Let me tell you how. Because literally, Jesus Christ, there's someone murdering girls in the back. Like literally how I face fucked myself is like I have so much work to do on like maintenance, calibration, etc. And I want to tape it and like actually make it part of the channel.
Okay.
And because I haven't had time due to freelance clients to tape it and make it part of the channel, I haven't done it.
Okay.
So I've quite fucking literally put the cart before the horse. And so I have to carve out time now to film doing the fucking maintenance shit that I want to film. And also you're part of this because I have bits I need clips from you.
Okay. I don't understand. Well, how did you face fuck yourself?
I face fucked myself by saying I was going to do a 0 to 60 pipe band channel, and
who did you say it to? Nobody knows this.
I've said it to you.
Well, yeah, but am I gonna hold you to that word?
And like, well, I'm holding myself to it.
So you said it out loud. We
talked about it with Joe too.
Yeah.
And so it's like a thing that I'm doing, but I'm like I've face fucked myself because I have to like get time to do the filming of the thing that I also have to do. Like I rehimped my channer. I rehimped my pipe channer before we had to do recordings for band.
Right.
And I also am going to like knock that hemp back off again and replace it with something else.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a fucking mind fuck of timing.
You could just stick your fucking camera phone up and just go. Like, you don't have to overproduce the fucking thing.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to right now as we sit in the office studio with the fucking neon chanter behind us. You think I'm not going to overproduce this? Are you insane?
I just want to free you of that.
Anyway, the Fight Night Breakdown was my number one most embarrassing moment in the history of Chanterant.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
It sucked.
It was fun for me to watch.
Yeah, it sucked hard, but you know what? You gotta suck before you get good.
That's true. You gotta start somewhere, right? Now we have a recording of where Josh started.
Oh, dude, I'm putting that. That's literally the opening of the channel intro.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
That's why I was bugging you for the
that
video.
Yeah. Cool. So my number one, spooky.
Wait, hold on, I got you.
Spooky was that other time I lost a bet. And I had to
Is this your ass ink?
I had to get the ass tattoo.
Dude, that's a great tattoo.
Well, it looks nice. They did a great job.
I'm just saying, that guy fucking nailed it, considering you just gave him like a picture of the Waken District logo.
Yeah, I like looked it up online on my phone, I think, is how we did it. I don't know.
He fucking nailed that.
He's like, can you email that to me, I guess? And then he did. Yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, no, that was, I've never had a tattoo. I never intended to ever get a tattoo. And then I had to walk in and pull my pants down. And
that was the night before we did episode 100.
It was the night before that. And
so we walk in, like we're doing episode 100. We're still drunk from the night before.
Yep.
And like I've got fucking saran wrap around my arm, and like you're just like nursing your ass.
Oh god, it was super horrifying and embarrassing. I mean, the tattoo part was easy. Like it was not nearly as
great tattoo.
bad as you think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
No, it's a very nice tattoo.
Yeah,
it looks very good on your ass.
Tattoos don't hurt. If you think tattoos hurt, you're just full of shit.
Let me tell you what the most horrifying part of that is I forget about it fairly often. So every once in a while I'm walking.
You see your own ass.
No, it's not that. I get up post whore, walk to the pisser, and some girl's like, "Is that a tattoo on your ass?" I can't tell you.
Do you have to explain to her like, "Hey, wakendistrictpipeband.org"?
Let me tell you how many times I've had to have that conversation when I totally forget that it's there.
What? Okay. Do you ever think about the fact that our good friend Joe Brady, #FU Joe Brady, has like made a career of putting Waken District logos on shit?
Yes.
And
this crowning achievement.
The thing that the most people have seen isn't a chapstick or a cap or a Facebook page. Like more people have seen the Waken District logo on your pale white ass. And he didn't even have any part in that.
Nope.
Like your fucking half moon has made Waken District more famous than all the efforts he's done to put logos on shit that nobody buys.
Yeah, man.
The most successful product that they have ever made is your fucking right cheek.
Oh god, yeah, that was awful. So yeah, I regret that one, making that bet. But you know, in the end, it made for good show, I suppose.
Content's content.
Yeah. So
also, I have a cut of that I think is okay to go out to public, but I need your okay on it because it does show your butt.
Yeah. Is it the one that you show? The usual? Yeah, that's fine. It's
okay.
It's not that big a deal.
So if you're cool with it, it's good content for us.
We need that. Yeah. We need an ending shot though, because that was the one you cut for the live show, and I revealed it live, but we don't have the ending.
Okay, so let's do a wide shot in slow mo where I pan around your naked ass, and right as I get to the crack, you shit yourself.
Perfect. Just next time I'm blackout drunk, let's film that. It'll be easy to do.
just remind me to get a face shield for my camera.
Gross.
Jesus. Yeah. So, that was probably my most horrifying thing that's ever happened to me thanks to this show, unfortunately.
Well, I got to say, a lot of horrifying things have happened to us due to this show. I want to get our closing thoughts in. I'm going to start with Beer Boy, then go Fusco, then I'm just going to not say anything and hit stop record.
Final thoughts. You guys are terrifying, but I love you guys, and I'm glad that you guys started this podcast. Keep going.
I miss you, Beer Boy. When are you gonna live in my attic like a weird little gnome?
Hey man, you put a pool out there, and I'll come out and be your pool boy.
Attaboy.
I know you can't see him, Josh, but I'm gonna point this out that Beer Boy Brad is dressed like me tonight on purpose. He's wearing my sex shirt. He intentionally went out and bought it.
Well, didn't the entire class do that for...
Yes, that was
for your dojo class?
That's correct.
Yes, I've been aware of this for days.
Oh, okay. But it's funny that Beer Boy Brad is actually wearing my most favorite sex shirt. As he likes to call it.
Is it a black and white plaid?
It's a black and white plaid. Yeah.
Of course.
Yep. So that is hysterical. Brad wants to be a little bit more like me every day.
I do. You're my role model, man.
He wants to be like you, but employed. Vasco, final thoughts.
My final thoughts are these. It's been a very spooky episode.
Wait, hold on, I got you.
Sorry. It's been a very spooky episode. And, it's been a lot of fun reviewing all the horrible things that I've done and embarrassed by. Nothing more embarrassing than taking a shower with my father at 8 years old or whatever. But
that's because you didn't expect his cock to connect with your chin.
The thing's huge. I mean, he turns around and it's like whack. Anyway, so this has been a great review. I think maybe in the next year we'll actually clean up our act and we won't have to do this for the spooky episode next year.
Well, I mean, if we only apologize every 140 episodes almost.
Well, actually, the Matt Willis episode did not make it into this year's running, so like that'll probably be one of the front runners for next year.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, that guy. We owe that guy a real apology.
Well, you do. I don't know. I could care.
I didn't. I wasn't the cunt.
Well, that's true. You were like defending him.
Let me tell you about what is spooky for me is strangely enough still doing this.
How true is that?
And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and play us out.